Say hungry dogs run fast. I ain't hungry. I'm starving.
Hurt takes the snap. He's back. He's gonna run. And touchdown! Jalen Hurts.
When that cage opens up again, our teeth are snarling. We're drooling. We're ready. We're hungry, ready to hunt again.
Dallas. We hate you. Race snow. The Eagles trying to go. The Eagles win.
And again, and again, and again.
It ain't about them. It's about us. We play up to our potential. Each and every one of us together. Nobody can beat us. I promise you.
What's up, my bird brews? We are back at Speaking Birds with your boy Speaks. Man, we're living large. We're 2-1. We're doing it. We got McGeehan here and a new co-host, Clayton. What's up?
Hey man, what's up? Good to be here.
Yes. And McGeehan, what are you doing?
Nothing. Happy to be here. Bringing the man, the myth in here. Possibly the most knowledgeable football guy I know, and good buddy of ours.
Well, yeah. Here's a nugget, and I'm gonna pick this up, so my audio might be. Let me ask you, Clayton, and McGeehan as well. I am holding in my hand something from. Let's see here. What date is this? This is August 13th, 2009. Can you guess what I'm holding in my hand?
Reggie Brown jersey?
No, this is a ticket. We all went to the.
I was gonna say we went
game.
to that preseason game that Vic got announced.
Yes. Yeah, this is from that. Yeah, we're in section 215, row 21. Yeah. And I don't know why I have this. I found it in like my parents' house. Yeah, I have it.
That was a good day. That was a fun day.
Dude, yeah. The most legendary thing I ever remember was we were leaving and whatever, but like there was a beer cart and they had Heineken's just posted up and then me and you both looked at each other and we grabbed like 2 Heineken's each.
Had to.
And rolled out. All right, guys. We're 2-1. We just won. Initial reactions.
Man, big game. Big game. I'll say a couple hot points. I don't want to talk about too much till we get into it, but I think it's time to move on from Sirianni. He's just a disaster. It is a disaster, man. It is crazy. Like, you don't take the 2 field goals and then what was it? 14 seconds left. You're gonna fake a tush push to get a first down to kick a field goal? I think that's bizarre. Like, I don't know. And then, what was the other hot point? Oh, the defense, man. Way to show up. So that's what I got.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Like, man, yeah, that interception at the end, I was rewatching it, but like, yeah, I mean, it felt like a loss. It felt like a loss to me. All these, it's like the 23 shit where it feels like a loss.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think, Clayton?
Oh, 100%. I mean, all I can say after that game is, whew. Like, we squeaked it out. Like, wow. That the entire game felt like a loss. It felt like I was watching 2023 Eagles football down the stretch.
Yeah.
But I will say 100%, I have to agree with you, John. The defense, people better put some respect on their name this week because they earned it 100%. That unit came out and played balls out football for a full 60 minutes. And they're the reason we won this game today. They're the only reason we won this game today.
100%. Yeah, I mean, you look at we talked about it on the last episode, but like Jalen Carter, right? He's showing up late for practices. He's not starting, but he really came out and really showed out.
Oh, for sure. He set the tone today for the defense, in my opinion. And he was being held a lot, which, I mean, you're going to get that, but even through that, like, he didn't get frustrated. He just kept his head down and kept coming. It was an inspiring performance, to say the least, because the first 2 weeks he's been a no-show.
Yeah. Did you see at the end of the game where he's fired up and like they had, I think, 2 coaches on him, like telling him to like relax. Yeah. But he's like, I'm fine. Yeah, he's like, I'm fine. But he was fired up and it meant something to him, and it has to, because he hears the chatter.
Yeah. I'll say what Clayton said. I mean, Jalen Carter played a hell of a game, and I respect a lot of what he said when they asked him last week how he's been playing, and he said trash. Like, that's something I respect. So, I mean, my God, he was getting held like crazy, and there was no calls. At one point, like, his arms are in the air getting held, and like nothing. They're not calling any holding penalties at all. So
yeah, you were texting me like, and I saw it on BG too. I was like, man, there's no holding call there. Like, literally, like the guys, it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe Clayton, you can speak to this, but like, it's kind of an unwritten rule. Like, everyone's getting held, but the minute you put your hands up, it's like it should be called or at least looked at, right?
Yeah, that was some egregious stuff. And I will say, because I was going crazy at first, but then I started watching, on when the Eagles were on the field too, and we were getting away with some holds too. So I guess that was the crew today. They weren't calling it. But to make a point, I mean, if you go back and watch the tape from weeks 1 and 2, Carter's been held all fucking year, or all year.
No, that's all right. Hey, we can swear on this show. This is the post game show. The post game show is loose. All right, it's loose.
That's what
I said the S word. Shit. We're allowed to let loose in the post game show. All
right. But yeah, I mean, it's been bad for him. Through weeks 1 and 2. This week wasn't. It's the same stuff, but at least he was starting to beat it, and he showed effort today that he hasn't shown the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, he really he was fired up, and I loved this. This is some heart. Like me and you were saying, it's like somebody with some heart. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Is Davis the guy at that position?
Well, Davis had the sack. I think Davis showed some heart. I'll be honest. There was one play where he broke the line there, and I think it was a run with Kamara, and he was almost there, you know what I mean? But he's just a big guy, it's like he's not gonna run with some small running back, but I think he did show a heart. I really do. So
all right. So
I think
you guys
that's his best game of the year. I think that's his best game of the year so far, for sure.
Yeah, well Carter had like a career day, they say. So
yeah, Carter was an animal today, man. That is crazy.
He was fired up, and that's what you want to see. Like, he had this, last game. It's like, I don't know. It's like, is he the guy? And he was fired up.
Yeah, man. I'll say this also though. Defensive ends. What do we think? I don't think they're getting there, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're not. They just aren't.
Yeah. Sweat had a better day today. 90-year-old BG is your best pass rusher at this point. Yeah. It's rough, man. I mean, it's a rough state of affairs here on the edge.
We still on, but to both of you guys, are we still on the Huff bus list?
Yeah, I am. He didn't show me anything today. He showed a little bit more. He had a few. This is how low the bar is. He had a few snaps that were serviceable. That's how low the bar is for this man. Yeah. For me right now.
What do you think, Alex? No
he's
pressure.
Bust. Yeah, he's bust. That's on Howie though. Like that's. I mean, I feel like we've said this and ad nauseum, but it's like Howie's got to be on some sort of hot seat.
I agree.
Am I crazy with that?
No, I agree.
You go out and you try to get a guy. Like obviously you don't want to pay Reddick, but like at this point, I think I'd have rather paid Reddick and not done the Huff deal.
Well, I was going to ask Clayton. Clayton, what do you think? Like, are you calling the Jets for Reddick?
Honestly, yes. That's how bad I think things are on the edge. Like, I don't know that this is fixable, and I know they're going to want to play through this. They're going to try to develop them. They're going to, do what they do to try to get these guys, where they need to be moving through the season here. But I don't see it with Huff for what they're trying to do. It's like trying to stick a square peg in a circle hole with him. Like, he is not a 3-down edge. He's not. He is a very good pass rusher, and you take him out of that, and he's like a fish out of water. He looks lost. The only the two snaps that he had that were good that I witnessed that I saw, and I was like, oh, all right, Huff did okay there, were a pass. It was obvious pass, and it was because he could pin his ears and do what he does best. He is not a 3-down edge, and Howie dropped the ball on this one. 100% Howie dropped the ball on this pick.
Wow. All right, I agree, man. Like Howie's able. I feel like there's so much like Howie season. Howie's the GOAT. It's like he drops the ball on some stuff.
I think it's mostly defense that he usually drops the ball on, though. If that makes sense. I don't know about the Dotson trade, so
We'll get to this, but Hurts, he drafted Hurts.
Yeah.
But we came out with a win, and it was I was messaging you again, like what was it, like 10 minutes left? I was like, this is where winners and losers are decided, or like
for sure.
But then they ended up giving up that touchdown. Then they go back and score. I thought they should have ran the ball and like kneeled it. I mean, Chalk Dog comes up with a huge interception, but
that last drive where we scored.
Yeah. What's your take on that?
Well, I mean, if you're the Saints, you're smart to let us score right there. And I remember texting you that back. Obviously, like you're trying to gain as much clock as you can. Just, we're in the red zone. Obviously, you're not going to try to not stop us, but I think you let us score and you try to get the ball back, which I think that's smart. So that's what I kind of think went there. But I guess you're not really sure on your defense then to get a stop and, I guess kick the field goal. But you're not going to kick the field goal there. You got to go for, on all four downs.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think what they did was smart. Let us score quick, try to get the ball back and do something, So,
yeah. It's so funny. It's like reverse of what we were in last week.
Yeah, it was. It was exactly reverse.
Well, how about, let me ask you guys this. So when Goddard gets that, deep pass there and he's going down the sideline, do you think he lets up there because he knows that he doesn't want to score with too much time? Or do you think he's just out of gas? Because
it looked like watching it, I thought he was going to score.
Me too. I thought that was definitely a score, and it looks like almost he like let off the gas a little bit. I don't know. It was weird.
If he does that, he's a genius.
Yeah. He's like,
he'll say that.
Yeah.
Heads-up play.
Right? That's what I was going to say. If he did that, that's a hell of a heads-up play. To drain more clock, get yourself down inside the 5 where you're with what we were doing, running the ball, and the way the line was playing, man, it was almost guaranteed Saquon was going to get that if we were inside the 5. It run him 4 straight times, he's going to get it. So to have the wherewithal to say, hey, look where I'm at, drop, let's run the clock, let's just put this thing on ice. If he did do that, that's smart.
And just given like the situation last week, how we got burned, and like to have that, I mean, I don't know if that's coached, but that's I don't know. I mean, he's been in the league for a while, but that's something that like it's great to see, like in this season, for him to have that like wherewithal.
100%. It was just, I'll tell you what, it was great to see a Dallas Goedert game because I've been waiting for one of these.
Oh, man.
I've been loosely trying to like find the stats like while we're talking, but like what do you have, like 177?
10 receptions
for 170. Yep.
Oh God.
And
yes,
dude, it's understated how important a lot of those receptions were to keep drives going. It was 3rd and longs that he's coming up big for us. Like he stepped up today and we needed him.
Yes, yeah, there was, man, we like I know me and at least McGeehan, like he's got like some brick hands at times, and when that ball was in there, it's like just him catching it is awesome to see.
Well, I'll say that one, it's kind of he was expecting the ball on the inside shoulder, Hurts threw it. I think it was like a second down. I don't know. It's a big play there, and it ends up going into the outside shoulder of him, and he tries to like Willie Mays it.
Yeah.
But like that's one you got to catch too. But I understand how hard that is. So
yeah,
that one-hander that he had was nice.
Oh my God, that was disgusting.
Here's a hot take I had. Oh, go ahead, Clayton.
No, I said he does that one-hander a lot. That's the second one I've seen of almost the exact same play.
Yeah.
Go ahead there. Hot take.
Man, a hot take I had, and I
lost it.
No, I still have it.
Oh, all right.
No, I messaged you and then I took it back. Devontae Smith, I don't think is a 1. He's not a true 1. Is that a hot take?
Go ahead, Clayton.
To me, no. In this offense, it's hard to say. Like, it's hard to judge that because, and I hate to get into this right now, but I don't think Hurts is a real NFL quarterback.
Oh, we'll get into that, Clayton. Well, that's
yeah.
next,
So I mean, that's coming up here, but I think that has a lot to do with it. I think if Devontae Smith was in a different system with a better quarterback,
you're like the
that could
Chiefs.
throw somebody that can throw with timing and anticipation. That's because that's what he is. He is an elite, and I can't understate that or overstate that enough. He is elite at route running. Like, there's very few
Yes.
players in this league that are on his level.
Well, except for that interception in the end zone, I don't think that was elite route running. I think that's kind of on Smith.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got to go across the face.
But that's not his route usually. So
Yeah,
we'll give him that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, and if he's playing in a system that's, where he is the one and it's designed for him, and he has a quarterback that's going to be throwing with anticipate, he's the type of receiver that you throw the ball before he's even making his break because he's going to be exactly where he's supposed to be 99% of the time. So you can just let that thing rip to where he's going to be, and he'll get there and get it.
Except
we don't
for
have
that
a quarterback
one.
that can do that.
Except for that one.
Yeah, well, and that's going to happen. I mean, he's not going to be there 100% of the time, so it's going to happen. But for the most part, like he's really good at being on time where he's supposed to and getting open.
Yeah, it drives me crazy. Like, it's like, well, let's jump into Hurts, man. How much of that stuff is on Hurts versus not on Hurts? Because the ball protection is abysmal. Like, how much of it is what I'm asking is, like, is it all on Hurts?
I think personally, a lot of it's coaching related. I do think Hurts can't go through the progressions. I mean, we're seeing that he holds the ball longer than anybody you've ever seen at times, and takes needless sacks. Like a couple of the sacks there, he could just throw it away, not take that. Live to see another day. I don't know. At the same rate, he does.
Well, like that fumble today. It's like the fumble's like so knucklehead. Like, dude, come on.
Yeah. And I guess, which I thought was actually opposite. I guess him running to the left is worse than him running to the right, which, I know me and you talked about that. So, and that's where the fumble happened. But another play, he ran to the left and, threw a straight dime. So for a first down. But I don't know.
Kenny,
I don't know.
him.
Yeah, Kenny Gainwell. That was sick. That was actually a really nice play. But Smitty's getting triple teamed on that play. It was like a triangle around him.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think some of the decision making's not there. I just want to see like a 3-step drop and fire it on demand. What it should be. But I don't know. What do you think, Clayton?
That's probably like one of my biggest things with him is he holds the ball way too long. And Kellen Moore's system, if you go back and watch, when he was with the Cowboys and a little bit of time that he was with the Chargers there, like his offense is set for 3-step drop at most, get it out. He schemes guys open quick. They're open. And if you go back and watch the tape over the first 2 weeks, like I know people are kind of killing Moore on his play calling and whatnot, but his scheme is tight. Guys are open quick and they're open often. And it's just like Hurts, for whatever reason, doesn't either trust what he's seeing, doesn't see it. I don't know what causes him to hold the ball like he does, but it's not going to end well in this system because it's designed to get the ball out to your playmakers and let your playmakers make the play, not the quarterback make the play. Like he's trying to be a hero. He's trying to play hero ball instead of getting it out to his, playmakers who are there to do that job. They're there to take the ball down the field. Like he's just a facilitator. And that's what this system is, designed to be. And he doesn't it's like he doesn't play in that. So I think Hurts has the potential to be a decent quarterback. He's shown it. It's just, I don't know if he's ever going to overcome his holding the ball, him not being able to throw with anticipation, throwing on time. And some of the time, the head scratching decision makings, throwing into triple coverage over and over and over. I don't know. It's rough to watch sometimes, man.
Yeah. Well, here's a hot take I had. Let me know what you think. We love the hot takes. Laurie should sell the team to Mark Cuban, and then I think we should have it's going to be Bill Belichick and then Arch Manning. What do you think about that, Clayton?
Ooh, I'd be on board.
No, you'd be on board for that?
No, I love Laurie. I actually love Laurie, to be honest.
I do love Laurie. I love Laurie, but watching this is like, I'm just thinking like, what's going wrong? Like, it has to be from the top, right?
I'll say this. Speaking of this game, I think you fire Sirianni. I really do.
Geez, let's not get there. This is a win, guys. This is a win. It's a win. We won. We're 2-1.
The decision making is awful, man. Like, you don't take the 3 points ever, and then all of a sudden you're kicking a 60-yard field goal when you should punt the damn thing. You know, it's crazy to me.
I almost spit my drink out of my mouth. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's
crazy. Like, how insane are you? I mean, I get it. Your eyes are all blacked out. You know, you ain't slept in days because you're just a maniac. It's like, man, come on. Like, kick the field goal down there. Again, and I said it earlier, you know, with the 14-second thing there before the half. Like, what are you going to do? Like, 14 seconds. You're going to push it for a first down. So that gives you, 9 seconds? So maybe you have one opportunity. But like,
that was horrible.
The ball in bounds there, it's over.
That was
horrible. You used the last time out on the tush push. It's like, so just kick the field goal and live to see another day. Like, it just makes no sense,
points,
dude.
Yeah,
it makes no sense. And then like you go into the halftime show and you see a guy I despise like Jim Johnson. He's like, I don't even know what this guy's doing. You know,
dude, I had that same thought. I was like, I hate Jim Johnson.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, I don't know what he's doing either. So.
I had that same exact thought. I was like, I hate you, but also you're right.
It's time to move on, man. It's crazy. I hate to say that even like third game in the season, but like just like the things you're doing are just not like I don't see like a high school coach making those kind of mistakes. That makes sense.
What is it? Is it him just like, is he like doing it on purpose? Like, I've talked about this on like I think I did people talk about the armchair quarterback or blah blah blah. It's like, you know, sometimes things are just so apparent. Anyone can make those calls. You know what I mean?
I agree.
100%. Yeah, it's common sense. Like, the way the game was flowing, and that I haven't watched his presser yet, so I'm sure he's going to talk about game flow. The way that game was flowing, the way your defense was playing excellent, the way their defense was stopping your offense. Like, we weren't getting stuff going. It looked like it was going to be a defensive struggle of a game. You take the points, man. You don't leave 6 points off the board. You take those points because points are going to be crucial. Like, they're going to be a premium. You're not going to be able to be scoring at will. You need to take anything you get.
Especially after last week when you should have took the 3. You know, in the red zone. Yeah, I would hope so.
It just so happens that points win you games.
Yeah, it's a strange fucking philosophy, but
who would have thought? Yeah. There was I thought a dirty play on Slay.
That was
remember
disgusting.
that?
Yeah, that was horrible. That was
probably going to be a fine.
Yeah, it better be. And that's just like, you don't need to do that. You're a 300+ pound dude pushing a 195 pound cornerback.
Yeah.
Like, once you hit the sideline, you can let up. You don't drive him into the benches, man. Like, that's ridiculous.
Well, another thing on that, if anybody noticed, like, both of that guy's hands are on the outside of Slay's shoulder pads. Like, is that not a hold?
Technically, it is.
So, I don't know. That was kind of weird to me, but.
Yeah, that's when I texted you. I was like, we got to win this game. Like, that looked bad, and we got to win.
Man. And like, here's another thing. Like, let me say this real quick. Slay comes out, and then it's Ringo in. Where is Isaiah Rodgers? Does anybody know?
Well, did he have a broken hand?
I thought he was active, though. He wasn't on the inactive list. I'll say that.
He's been cleared to play since week 2. He just hasn't been in. So it's like the Devin White thing. Like who knows what's going on behind the scenes? Like there's two players there that I'm just like, wow, they're not seeing. Devin White can't even dress.
Yeah,
It blows my mind. Like I don't know what's going on.
that's crazy to me. And then you see him just being, the biggest hype man on the sideline.
Yeah. He was standing next to AJ there, hyping people up.
Hyping Barkley after the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta get AJ back. That's big.
Oh,
What about the Smitty play there where the refs don't blow the whistle? He's not getting any. Obviously, he's not progressing the football. The play should be ruled dead, and then they let him get destroyed.
Yeah, that wasn't good. That's I had sent you a message about Smitty not being a true wide receiver one. Then the next play gets destroyed. And I was like, I feel bad about that. But that's bad.
Yeah, he was knocked out there. That's so messed up. That's crazy to me, man. Like, he's running back. Any like NFL quarterback would be in anything like that. They're gonna blow it dead almost immediately. And then you just don't they didn't protect him there. That was kind of messed up on the refs, I thought.
Yeah.
yeah. For all what the NFL is all about, protecting players and this and that. Those type of plays, man. Like that's blow the whistle. Like I don't understand the. Well, I guess because they if it's going to be replayed, they want it to go the whole way. That way, if there was a turnover there or whatnot, but the guy's forward momentum was stopped. Like he's being pushed back by two players. He's not breaking out of that. He's not breaking out of that play. Like that's a tackle.
Yeah.
A D lineman or tackle comes from the back end of the play to hit him from behind.
Takes his helmet off, and then spits in his fucking face while he's unconscious on the ground. That's just dirty. Like that. I don't know. That was a bad play. I'll be honest. I wasn't happy to see that.
But on to positive things, Alex, your boy,
My boy.
T. Gardner.
I was just gonna bring that up. Like
all over the field. Why don't you speak on that a little bit?
Dude, he earned my respect because here's a guy. Let me tell you. Here's a guy that he'll give his body up. I mean, he's all over. He's giving his body up, and I respect that. It's like, I mean, I love Slay, but we talked about him like making business decisions, as you call it.
Yeah.
But I love Chauncey, man. He's giving his body up. He's all over the place. Like him and Reed. I mean, we could talk about both of them, but like him and Reed are, they're on my top list of they're making this team go.
Yeah, Chauncey is everywhere. I mean, that guy is everywhere. Now his tackling has been suspect, here and there, but I don't know. He's everywhere, and I feel like he's the heart of the defense.
Mm-hmm.
If I could say that, what do you think, Clayton?
I'm right there with you. I was lukewarm when they decided to bring him back last year when they didn't
really
re-sign
hot
him.
take.
Last year when they didn't re-sign him, I thought, whatever. And then bringing him back this year, I was just like, okay. But no, through 3 games here, and I know his tackling has been an issue here and there, but his effort has not. And that's the main thing I ask for out of a defender. Just give me everything you got, man. Just go out there and try. And that guy is everywhere. And you can tell he's passionate about it too.
Give your body up.
Yeah. That play he had on Bijan last week, that should have been, it had with the game not turned out the way it did. That would have been the play of the game where he came up in the hole, filled it. I mean, he took his helmet off and should have got a penalty for it, but didn't. But that when he came up and filled that hole and laid Bijan out like that, that was, oh man, that was just it was amazing right there.
Yeah.
And then this week, just everywhere. And not only is he everywhere, he's an emotional spark out there. Like he's out there hyping other dudes up. He's he's in the other team's face, and he's just. When you say he's the heart of the defense, I can't not agree with that.
I always say this, like the mental warfare is huge. Like me and Clayton both played competitive paintball. Like sometimes the paintball tournament starts in the parking lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess we
Getting
never like we never hold on, I'm gonna stop you there. We never like properly like introed you guys. Yeah, I mean like you were a pro paintball player. I've seen your games.
Semi-professional, and then I won a pro spot, and then the league went bankrupt. That's what happened. So
Wow,
never
but
actually professional.
you crush, man. I've seen you.
Yeah,
Yeah. You do your thing.
Yeah. But like sometimes the tournament starts in the parking lot. You got to get in some of these guys' heads a little bit. You know what I mean? Get the easy penalty where they punch CJ in the head there,
Mhm.
in the helmet there. Yeah, it's like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Man, here's a question, Clayton. I'll ask you. I asked McGeehan on the last.
I hope this is I was gonna bring this up. Yeah.
the beer one.
Yeah.
Who's one person on this Eagles roster that you'd want to have a beer with? And before you think, you got one beer with one person, then you got 10 beers plus with the next person.
Oh, okay. All right. This may the one beer one may shock you guys. Jalen Hurts.
Really?
100%. I would love to sit down. I don't know who this guy is. I don't believe what I see when he's doing his interviews and whatnot. I think he's a different animal behind closed doors. I would love to sit down and see what exactly QB1 is.
Wow.
If I'm drinking 10,
Yeah.
BG, man. I'm getting silly with BG.
Oh, you want 10 with B? All right.
I'm getting silly with BGs last year. But then again, honestly, I could say anybody on the offensive line, probably. Lane Johnson comes.
That's where we went.
mind.
Yeah,
My Lotta would be a blast too. That Aussie getting hammered drunk.
Speaking of Lane Johnson, leaves the game. They said he was sick, but I believe
that he was concussed.
Yeah, and he looked rough. I mean, he looked rough walking out of there. It looked like he didn't really know where he was at. Somebody was helping him. So he went to the blue tent, and he didn't look like. I'm like, man, I don't know that he knows where he's at right now. And then then he was walking back into the locker room, and they were helping him off pretty much. And I was like, oh, this don't look good.
I didn't see that, but yeah, they said he was sick, and then later on they were like he's concussed. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, well, they were like he's like puking all over the place. They said, and like,
oh my god, if he's concussed and puking, that's
double bad.
Weeks.
Let's say this though, on the opposite end of that, the guys that came out and played right tackle, Fred Johnson, and could we have Tyler Steen
in there?
Yeah, they played well. In my opinion.
You thought they played well? Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I definitely thought they played well.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was shocked at how well the offensive line played. That is one of the biggest takeaways, positives away from this game is Stoutland is still Stoutland you. Like he has his guys ready to go. To lose your entire right side, to lose Lane Johnson, and historically when we lose Lane Johnson, we lose the game.
Right.
To gut out a game like we did today, and for those two guys to come in and play at the level that they played. I'm not saying that the Saints have a world-beating front, but they're decent. I mean, and they were bringing some exotic blitzes. They were bringing cornerbacks on blitzes. They were bringing nickels on blitzes, and these guys were handling it.
Their blitzing was incredible, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
You bring a zero blitz, and then the next drive you're going to show the zero blitz and back out of it. So that was smart move.
Some of their disguises today I don't even know who their defensive coordinator is, but it made me take notice. Like I'm going to look this guy up and start looking at what he's done in the past. I want to check out his scheme because this was one of those games that caught me by surprise, and I'm like, wow, what is this D doing? Like this is exotic. This is good looking stuff actually, and we were handling it. I mean, yeah, we didn't score a ton of points, but we did well protecting Jalen Hurts today. And you lose the right side of your line, that's rarely going to be the case.
Yeah. So how much do we pay Belichick a year? Do you think? I'm joking.
I mean, dude, I'm with it. Bring him in. even if it's as an advisor.
No. Yeah, no. I'm messing around.
How about this?
Sirianni-
Good.
I was gonna say
Good, Blake.
Sirianni's on a huge, like his seat's like, I don't even ashes at this point in my.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, dude, you made the joke I wrote down. Yeah, it's gone. The seed is like burned. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's just sitting on flames right now. So I don't know how much of a leash he has. I know Lori doesn't like firing coaches mid-season. I know he did. To
We're not
Chip.
gonna do that. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Yeah.
And it's especially
Don't do that,
after week 3.
Historically,
But yeah, it's this game right here really put him in a bad spot moving forward. Like last week was bad, this was worse.
You know what's crazy though? Like he's like, if you look at his winning percentage, like he's won a lot. I mean,
He's the second
what
most
other
winningest
coach? Yeah, what other coach in 3 years like has his record, took the team to the Super Bowl? You know, it didn't work out the way we wanted it to do, but he's if you would put those stats on anyone, it would be great.
yeah. But what other coaches, like new head coach, has also had that kind of squad? You know,
Yeah.
so that's hard to say to me. But
Yeah, but it's hard to get to the Super Bowl, you know. It's
it
hard.
definitely is. It definitely is. There's no doubt about that. And he's, you know, that first year where they had what, Shane Steichen and what was the D coordinator? Was it?
Gannon.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Here's a weird question. Going back, would you fire Sirianni and promote Steichen?
Maybe, because Steichen can call a game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you do there?
We saw last year what happened with like the whole Johnson thing. I kind of feel like maybe he was the scapegoat, and they were saying a lot of the route running and stuff like that was all Nick's
Yeah. Yeah. It was.
vanilla ass scheme. So
Well, you've seen what Shane did with nothing last year.
yeah.
Imagine what he would do with this roster.
Oh man.
That's
I
all I'm gonna
imagine.
say. Like hindsight being 2020, yeah. Nick has, you know, kind of petered out here, and you know, Steichen still doing well. Even, I mean, the Colts they're a rebuild. Like that's gonna take a couple years.
Yeah. I don't know
They
if
need to be-
Richardson's. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think this team might be better off. Would have been better off had you kept Shane and got rid of Nick. But that's hard to say, you know, in the moment. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Hey, you know, I want Belichick and Manning. That's my thing. I'm like, all right, guys. But hold on. This was a win. All right. I think
agreed.
we're
Let's
negative.
get back to that.
We're 2-1. We are back. We're doing it. Man, positives. Barkley.
Yes.
McGee, I know you want to.
I was going. That's
Barkley.
where I wanted to go. Is Barkley the real deal, Alex?
I think he is. Dude,
No
in the
brainer.
first quarter, he had no attempts. Like, you
attempts.
mentioned he
Yeah,
run
5
the
attempts.
ball.
Yeah. Drives me insane.
He's the real deal, man. He truly is. I mean, I think he put the team on his back and won the game.
I totally agree.
if you guys happen to go, I don't know if you caught it live, but if you go back and rewatch it, that touchdown run he had right after Devontae got stuck up there like that.
Yeah.
Dude, he was furious. Like
Yes.
that was him literally putting the team on his back, saying, you know, F these guys. You're gonna do that to my homie. Watch this. Blip
Yeah.
That was
right to the house.
that was
Nobody,
also
dude, this guy was pulling away from cornerbacks, man. I know they said
Yeah,
that on the
yeah.
broadcast, but watching it, you're just like, wow, man, this guy still has it.
that was the fastest he's run in 5 years, they said. In the last 5 years.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what the miles per hour was, but that's what they said. He hasn't run that fast in 5 years.
He was running angry.
Yeah, he was furious.
Mhm.
I love it.
Me too.
I'm stepping away for 2 minutes. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Oh man. Well, let's go through some stats. How about that?
So what do you got here?
So Clayton, obviously we did the stat like before the game stats, averages or whatever what the Saints and the Eagles were averaging before the game. Obviously, the Saints were averaging about 400 yards of total offense. Obviously, they scored like almost 90 points or whatever it was. And today we held them to 219 yards overall offense. How do you feel about that?
I feel great about that. Not only did we hold them to 219, we kept them under 100 yards rushing, which is not only is that great for our defense, just for, mind's sake and to save face because we've been getting pummeled the last 2 weeks with it, but these guys were just running wild on people as well. So we took their strength and neutralized it.
Yeah. And at one time, I think it was like Carr was like 8 for 15 under maybe like 100 yards. And I just remember saying to myself, like, Jesus, I can't believe he's doing that bad.
Yeah, he had like 51
I felt like he was
yards
close.
there.
So I don't know.
Yeah, he at one point, like, it was something, he had like 12 attempts, 51 yards.
Yep.
He ended up, at the end there, he ended up going up over, oh no, I guess he only did 130. That's still not great.
Yeah, the Eagles put up 460. Now, I will say that the second quarter, we held the ball for 11 minutes possession time, as opposed to about, I think, 2 or 3 minutes for the Saints. I'm not sure about the Saints' time, but I know it was 11 minutes for the Eagles.
Yeah, which is just phenomenal. And it's shocking that you didn't come away with more points. When you have that time of possession in a quarter and you don't score a single point, that's hard to do. That's hard to do.
Yeah. And that 200 yards of total offense is a testament completely to the defense today. They had 4 sacks for. Sorry, let me get back to that. Where was it here? Sacks. Yeah, 4 sacks for 23 yards lost, compared to the Saints, which has 1 sack for 12 yards. I don't know if that's right, but that's what ESPN is saying.
So what they're saying, we had 4 sacks on them today?
That's what they're saying.
Jeez.
4 sacks for 23 yards.
All right.
I'll take that.
Seeing all that.
Yeah. 172 rushing yards to the Saints' 89 rushing yards.
The yards per play also is very nice. Like, we were giving up 7 or 8 yards per play or something it was something crazy, and we only gave up 4 today.
We were giving up 7 on the ground for sure. And then today we had yards per play for the Eagles. We had 7 yards per play, and then 4 yards per play to the Saints.
Nice. We had 20 first downs. That's key.
Yeah.
Well, we just kept moving the chains and not putting points on the board.
Sure. We had 2 turnovers, fumble lost, and a interception thrown. Obviously.
Let me ask you guys this: are penalties a concern to you guys at all this year?
I personally think the not throwing a lot of penalties is kind of a concern to me. Like, the offensive holding is crazy. Like, I'm seeing it all the time. Like, obviously we saw the one where, Jalen Carter's jerseys is all but ripped off his body. And like, the guy's still holding it after the play, and they get into a little scuffle there. And it's like, well, like, what are we talking about? I don't know. And then at one play, his arms are up, he's trying to come after the quarterback and his arms are up. It was like the most egregious hold I've ever seen. So I don't know. I definitely seen some Eagles holding a little bit too, and they're not calling pretty much anything.
Yeah, today the holding was just rampant, nothing being called.
Yeah, concerning. And also, like, did you notice that there's like flags and then they go to commercial and that's still, there was like a weird inconsistency with flags being called and then like leaving. They like picked up a lot of flags, I felt like, today.
There was one for sure that I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, no, it was when they slammed Slay out of bounds. It's like, dude, you threw a flag and then you picked it up.
Going back to these sacks, I think we got sacked 4 times for 23 yards, which makes more sense.
Okay, that's right. I thought we.
Yeah. Sorry about that. And I know we sacked the car once.
So how was the pressure today? I didn't even go back and look, but like, did our D line did like better? From nothing.
I think the pressure was mostly from the D tackles.
Yeah, I was
That
going to
makes
say the
sense,
pressure. Yeah, the pressure was 100% more up the middle. BG had a couple really nice rushes, especially that pick off at the end. BG just destroyed Carr on that. And then Sweat had a few good rushes from the edge, but for the most part, it was our interior doing all the work, all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, man. So, Clayton, how do you feel? So from the season started, I felt like we were Super Bowl bound. But how do you feel 3 weeks in? Like, is there? I mean, how do you feel?
Nervous, but still optimistic, if that makes sense. Like, I've honestly, right now, this team like is showing you it's so talented. It can win despite all the stuff going wrong. And last week, honestly, that should have been a win too. Like that, just take the points on that one. But even through all of this, weird stuff happening, week 1, the field's trash, you have to go down to Brazil.
Yeah.
We get the win. Week 2, it's a rough loss.
Does it not feel like we're like the 2023 version of the Eagles when we all want the 2022 version? We were a fumble away or a missed call away from the Super Bowl. It's like I feel like we're more in that 23 realm where it's like it doesn't feel good.
No. That's the only reason like I'm like nervous about it, because it does still feel like 23 to me. We should be blowing teams out. Honestly, this offense, even without AJ, should be putting up 30 points plus a game. Like that's just how it should be. This defense is good enough to hold teams to 20, 21 points, and our offense is good enough that we should be putting up 30. So we should be, but we're not. But we're still, 2-1 right now.
Dude,
big,
2-1. Let's
big gutsy
go.
win today.
Let's go.
In a place that we don't typically win. Like we're pretty bad down in New Orleans. Tough place to play. Everybody.
The Sheldon Brown hit on.
Man, I just watched that the other day.
It's like it always gets reshared. We like hit the Saints. It's like, dude. Insane.
Reggie Bush, your soul is mine. Like,
well, they won the game, so I guess. It's like
Reggie Bush came back after that too, which was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
what? He's a professional,
Good for him to get his Heisman Trophy back.
Yeah, I agree too. He deserves it. And, Drew Brees had our number for a long time there, but I don't hate the Saints.
Don't care too much today.
Yeah,
The old Aints.
they hold that L.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta be honest with you, man. I didn't make the bananas Foster.
That's what I was gonna ask next, man. That's what I was gonna ask next.
Yeah, gotta overpromise, underdeliver. That's the. I'll do it though. I'll make it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Clayton, do you know how to make a bananas Foster?
Oh, do I ever? I couldn't off the top of my head, but I worked at a place where we used to do banana Foster on like pancakes and waffles.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where I was at. We did the French toast.
Oh, that's right. It was
Me
French
and Clayton
toast
worked
too.
at the same place with our buddy. He loved bananas Foster.
yeah. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I Google it. I'm like, dude, there's like 1,000 different variations of this thing. It's like, I don't know.
It's really just the bananas, the sauce, and the ice cream.
Yeah, we're building up, man. We'll stock it up. Who do we got next? Tampa Bay,
Tampa Bay Baker looking good.
and we'll do a Reuben, or no, not a Reuben, a Cuban.
Nice.
Yeah, Cuban. Yeah.
Yeah, a little mustard.
What do you think about that? Are we gonna go 3-1 or 2-2?
Good, Clayton.
That's another team that's had our number, especially down there. They just embarrassed us in the playoffs again.
Dude, that was so rough.
But But no, I didn't get a chance to watch them today. They were playing at 1:00, but it looks like Denver went in there and bumped them pretty good. So they're kind of coming back down to earth too. I figured both these teams would. The NFC South is not as good as these two teams were, looking. So I give us, if AJ's back and Smitty's back, yes. I don't think Lane will be back for sure. Like if he's puking because he has a concussion, that's rough.
He was sick before the concussion.
Oh, okay. He was sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But if we go in and we don't have Smitty or AJ, I don't know.
We gotta get AJ back big time.
Your boy Covey, McGee, your boy Covey will be.
Oh man!
Oh my God, that can't be the answer. I don't like Covey. I'll say it. Hot take.
Whoa.
Take.
Whoa.
I don't know, man. He's reliable until he got hurt.
He is.
Really
He's
broke his shoulder.
reliable. Yeah, I like him. Yeah,
He got that nice first down.
he makes me nervous. I wouldn't say I don't
Yeah.
like him. He makes me nervous when he's around.
Oh, he's gonna get injured too. He's just too small.
Yeah.
So, what do we got? Tampa Bay. You already said it was the Cuban. Sorry.
Oh, Cuban. Yeah. What's because I think Tampa is like they do a Cuban, but it's like different. So I don't know. Yeah. There's nothing. What is Tampa known for?
Yeah.
I have no clue. But
Yeah.
I will say this: I played a paintball tournament at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium, and they would shoot the cannons off all day.
Really?
Shoot.
Yeah.
You played a
Yep.
tournament there?
Yeah, at Raymond James Stadium. Yep.
Holy crap, dude.
So that was pretty cool.
Do you have any kills in that or what? How do you do paintball? You got kills or what?
Yeah, like back then it was 7-on-7. It's kind of changed now, but it was like a capture the flag scenario. They'd roll turf out and you play on these like inflated bunkers or whatever, and pretty much you usually got to shoot everybody and then get the flag and take it back to your station. But very rare, you can not shoot everybody and take the flag back to your station. But
Yeah.
kind of the gist in as quick as I can say it.
Yeah. Man. Well, we're 2-1. That's all that matters.
Let's fucking go, man. Let's go.
The replay, like, go ahead, Glenn. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say I know it's been kind of doom and gloom here, but like there's a lot of positives to take away from today. There's a lot of goods, still some bads, but we should be positive. We should be happy because this was a game that everybody thought we were gonna get stomped out, and we held our own.
Hey, McGeehan, I told you on the last pod we win by a field goal. I was like, I don't know the score, but we'll win by a field goal.
Yeah, you called it.
There it is.
We won by 3 points. It wasn't a field goal, but 3 points.
All right.
Man, if it does feel like a little bit of a loss. I had higher expectations for
Fire Nick Sirianni.
dude. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right.
You can on that.
Yeah, we'll leave. Clayton, thanks for joining. You're always welcome. Like,
Hey man, thanks for having me.
dude. You're a part of the post game pod. It's your obligation now. Like
All right.
you're here, and then McGeehan is we're co-hosting. It's great, but yeah, let's do it. Let's do the Tampa Bay